we underestimated as a population the economic cost of recovery from the impositions that our health needs forced us into. Because when you stop production entirely over a long period, what you do is that you disrupt supply chains. You even disrupt demand. So recovery from that. Let me give you an example. You may have somebody who has some capital who travels across the border to Togo to buy handkerchiefs to come and sell in Ghana. While the Togolese border is closed, she squandered her capital, not because she is not careful, but because she has to spend money on her needs. So she squandered her capital. Now, at this stage, if you happen to open the Togolese border, she can't go out there and do business. So she's literally indigent through no fault of hers and through no fault of government either. It is something that has imposed a condition on us. It's the same with somebody who goes to China, but for electronic transactions, the person cannot fly to China for a long time. Aircraft are grounded. So capital being spent gradually, and it's all gone by the time the world is free. So now that person's ability to consume has become restricted. And people like that have dependents. Performing people who are seen in Ghana have dependents. So if 20 such people are out, then it means you are looking at 100, 200 people not being able to buy food regularly, not being able to buy food regularly, not being able to take transportation, struggling to pay rent, being able to participate in the marketplace becomes a problem. Their kids' basic needs and all that. So
I'm going to interject here, not because, but yes, all on the back of COVID, right?
Yes.
And that is one point that people have made. It appears all the woes of our economy. People have said that we're already struggling in terms of our economy, even before.
But that's where I was going to land. But that's where I was going to land.
Here's the bit that is not peculiar. In other administrations, they've had to battle with HIPIC. The Kufuor administration had to battle with that. Yes. The John Dramani Mahama administration had to battle with, power. Dumso.
Yes.
I mean, how excruciating would that be on the economy? But they braved through all of these, whatever the metrics. And it appears we are riding on COVID to say that just because of COVID.
HIPIC was Ghana specific and other countries in the same situation as Ghana. It wasn't worldwide. It wasn't a pandemic.
I'm merely saying that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that people are comparing. No, they are not like COVID. COVID brought the entire world to a halt. Because of COVID, cost of transporting goods from nations to other places, including cost of freight, have tripled and quadrupled in some instances. Because of COVID, major people in groups have lost access to their jobs. Because of COVID, like I explained, people who would otherwise...
Wasn't that a similar effect when we had Dumso? Where people had to shut down business, where people for hours on end, days even, couldn't get electricity
Dumso was not worldwide.
I mean, it's not that not...
Dumso was not worldwide, so we were not importing inflation, rising prices. Dumso, we still could trade with the rest of the world. So it depended on how you managed yourself. If you could afford to buy a generator or something and buy fuel, your hotel would still run, but more expensive.
When you look at the inflation across the sub-region, we're not faring the best. I think apart from Guinea-Bissau with a 9-point-something, we had 15-point-something.
Yes, but you see, we need to...
We are probably the worst performer in the sub-region.
The Ghanaian economy is very interesting. We are doing better than we would have. And the rating agencies say that the strength of our economy pre-COVID, if you read all their reports, is what carried us through COVID so that we didn't go too far. And it is what is rebounding us faster than several countries in the world. You understand? But the reality is what I'm trying to explain to you. How does the small person and become economic players and participants again? In the interim, there's a lag time for that recovery. Because even if government is supporting, like we are trying to do, through CAPBAs and loans to small sales sector and all that, those things are policy positions that filter through and trickle down. So you need lead time. You understand? So that lead time has given us a difficult time. In 2021, it was extremely difficult, and the president acknowledged it all over. In 2022, we stand a better chance of reflating the economy because worldwide, everybody is deciding that we have to live with COVID somehow.
So on the back of all of these things that you're telling me, if you had to give a scorecard to your own administration on a scale of 1 to 10 in this second term, what would be your score for the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government?
In this second term, first year only, given the struggles we've had with COVID.
Up to now?
Yeah, up to now, but we just started the first quarter and we are waiting for our e-levy.
Right.
Given the numbers in Parliament restricting our e-levy and all that, we are still keeping the ship together.
Your score would be what?
We will be fair at a 6.5.
6.5?
Yes.
So that's 65%?
Yes. Our economies are calibrated and improve our competitiveness in the international economy. And therefore, e-levy, to my mind, is a nationalist call. Where do you get resources to act as a catalyst within this economy so that we can boost competitiveness?
Some have suggested cut your expenditure.
Yes.
Look at how much the expenditure is for the executive. I mean, the add-on year on year. The millions we've added.
Yes.
They say cut on waste. The Auditor General has told us over 12 billion Ghana cedis.
So the pushback is based on government expenditure, waste, and then sources that haven't been exploited fully. When you talk about government expenditure, you say the expenditure in the executive is increasing. This last year, certain agencies, in fact, 2022, post 2020,
right,
2021, 2020, certain agencies of the government, which were ministries before, have been collapsed and sent into the presidency. They are budgeted for, including the Zongo ministry, which is now coordinated from the presidency. So their budget is there, including the special development initiatives, the presidential special development initiatives. There are these agencies which used to be ministries, monitoring evaluation, which have been located in the presidency. So they are provided for in the budget of the presidency. It's not a question of the president's household increasing its expenditure.
But does it still account for the ballooning that we are seeing? I mean, if we are going to cut our coat according to our cloth, you would expect that even with the executive, yes, you have these initiatives, but we'll cut down on spending.
This year, the executive said it is cutting down 20% of projected expenditure. It has stated that it is cutting down 20% of projected expenditure. Then when it comes to the waste, it is also actively dealing with the waste. What is the waste? Leakages due to human contact, where money is exchanged hands. What is supposed to go to the state doesn't go, particularly at ports and in the.
But I thought we had rectified all of that with the ICOMs and everything.
Yes, but it's not. We are not completely there yet. Paperless has shot up our revenues extremely. ICOMs is there, but there are still little things. And then on the other side, we are trying to eliminate the Goro things. You can renew. You can renew your NHIA online. You can apply for your passport online and all that. So digitization is advancing the fight against leakages. That's what I want to establish. I think e-levy is extremely important in the context of where we are as a local economy, as an African economy, as an international economy, post-COVID. COVID recovery gives us opportunity to restructure ourselves and make ourselves more competitive in the coming economy. The economy will never revert to normal. We have to do new things. Western economies are coming under pressure. They are moving from negative interest rates to high inflationary interest rates. Inflation has hit 7%. It was in America a 40-year high record.